Hey gang, what's going on? It's Rob here from Hammered Halo, your ultimate DIY channel. In this video, I'm going to start the build of my brand new workshop slash garage slash man cave, or maybe it's just a place to hang out. Anyhow, whatever it is, you're more than welcome to hang out with us. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button below and you're in. That's it. Just hit the button. It's really not that hard. Just hit the button below.
It worked! I love this button!
So if you're in, awesome. Let's get to the video. So if you've been following along, you know that we've recently sold the acreage and we moved back into town. And this is the new space we have to work with. So we've got to make the best of it. It's a 21 by 21 builder grade garage. And we need to now turn it into our DIY workshop. So I've already went ahead and roughed in the electrical for the tools that I have. And a little disclaimer here, I am not an electrician and this is usually as far as I will take it. From there I'll call in the pros and get them to hook up the sub panel in this location. So we're coming on to the end of October and it's starting to get cold. So the first thing I want to focus on in this garage is getting it insulated, getting the vapor barrier up. But before I can even attempt that, I've got to move everything from this side to the other side. Now I ran most of my circuits on this wall because this will be the miter saw station. It will also house the compressor and dust control, as well as my main workbench along the entire wall. Well, old man winter is upon us, whether we like it or not, and that's what we get for living up in the north. So this has forced me now to focus directly on insulating the garage and starting the build of our DIY workshop. So the framing of your walls will determine the R value of the insulation. We have two walls that are 2x4 construction, so I'll be using R12 in these walls. And our front wall or our door wall is 2x6 construction, therefore I'll be using R22 in this wall. I also had some leftover bats from a couple jobs. The first one was a bat of R20, which I'll use up in the ceiling area that is open. It's not a large area, but it should fill that nicely. And the second bat was Roxel Safe and Sound, which only has 6 pieces, but it is for 2x6 framing, so I will use it around my compressor area to soften the noise. Insulating walls is pretty basic. Your framing is typically 16 on center or 24 on center. Our walls happen to be 16 on center, which means each bat of insulation is 15 inches wide. Now the process of installing insulation is really quite simple. You're just filling all the cavities throughout the entire wall. Anytime you have to cut the insulation to fit an opening, instead of using a tape measure to measure everything, I basically just put the bat up against the opening, cut along the 2x4, whether vertical or horizontal, which ultimately saves a whole lot of time. Now it's in this little corner that I will be installing my compressor on a shelf. I have about a 4-foot compressor that I'm going to lift off the ground. So I'm going to use the Roxel insulation, which is Safe and Sound, to kind of quiet that wall. I don't know if it'll help, but I had the insulation, so I might as well use it up and at least try and quiet the hum of the compressor. So anytime you have an open attic space like this, you should use R40. I don't have R40 insulation, so I am going to cheat a little bit by using R22 and then R20 which should put me at R42, which is just above what our code is out here. Now, if you're wondering why there's a bathroom fan to the left of me, well, I installed this only to draw out any smoke that may get formed in the shop due to using a dull blade or maybe burning some wood or something with some of the projects that we do. So instead of having to open the big garage door in the middle of winter, this would be a great way to draw that smoke out. This fan enters the soffit area of the house, and I've went ahead and added dampers on the soffit side as well as the fan itself, and this should help keep any cold from coming back in. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit the like button below. It really does help us out a lot. And if you enjoy DIY kind of stuff like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. The next week's video, we're going to be vapor barring all these walls in this garage and getting ready for drywall. So as you can see, insulating a garage or any space, even a basement, pretty easy when you're using batt insulation like this. Just a few things to keep in mind. Make sure you wear a long sleeve shirt. Insulation, once it gets on your skin, can become really irritating. And also, I didn't wear a mask. I would suggest wearing a mask. A lot of the fibers tend to float in the air and it's not healthy for you. So do what I say, don't do what I do. And also, eyeglasses is a good idea. Once you get insulation in your eyes, you start to rub them and it's definitely not good for your eyes. So anyhow, take the precautions, make sure you use the right insulation for the thickness of the wall that you're dealing with, and everything should go smooth. Once again, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.